What is this called? Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching this video. You should grab a cup of tea or some coffee or some cocoa if it's cold where you are, or if it's not, maybe some iced tea lemonade. Get comfortable, get a snack, because I'm going to tell you what things I loved in September. So for September, we're gonna start with all plant stuff. So I'll talk about like my plant faves, and I also gave like awards to plants for like like commendations. Like they just like had so many wonderful things happen that I was like, you deserve an award. So I will say for my top plants, the best comeback by far was definitely my Tradescantia Blushing Bride. And if you watched my August faves, you'll know that it was like on the brink of death. I had no hope for it. I thought I was gonna die. But if you look now, you will see that she is large and in charge, or he, I don't care. I mean, most of my plants are genderless in my opinion, but like, look at this baby. Like, can you believe this is the same plant? Like, and it's hard to see, but like it does still have, I don't think you can see that. It still has the purple on the back of the leaves, but unfortunately the cream variegation, you used to have this like really cute like light pink splotches on the leaves. All of that went away, but I don't care. It's happy, it's thriving, I'll take it. So that plant definitely had the best comeback of the year, or of the month I should say. We don't know what else is gonna happen. Honorary mention to my goldfish plant. I got a goldfish plant in the mail and it was literally just stems and all the leaves fell off, and it was super sad, and I was like, okay, this plant is probably dead, but everything I read said that they could come back, and so I was like, we'll just try it, experiment, it's all good. And now, as you can see, hopefully if I'm showing you footage of it, it has grown all these new little baby leaves, and like, granted the other stem I'm pretty sure is dead and gonna go, but I'm just surprised that this other stem has made it, and I'm thrilled. And every time I look at it, it's like super fuzzy and has like little red on the back of the leaf. I just like, I'm obsessed. I think it's super cute, so I'm really glad. So that gives an honorary mention for comebacks in September. So most stunning leaf was definitely, I took a cutting off of my Monstera Deliciosa. This guy. And this leaf. Look at that. Look at that baby. 7 little, not striations. What are they called? I can't think of it right now. But like, look at it. Isn't that like the perfect, most quintessential Monstera leaf you've ever seen? I'm kind of sad that I cut that off of the mama, because that leaf has more slits than any leaf in my entire Monstera Deliciosa experience. And so I'm like, oh, I cut the one stem that was like gonna like give me super big, super sliced up leaves, but you know, what can you do? They're both beautiful. This one also still looks great. I'm not gonna like try to get it in frame because it's fucking huge and it's too heavy. So yeah, so that was like the most stunning leaf of September. Other plants that I loved in September were, so I have a Hoya Carnosa Crimson Queen, and I love her. She's beautiful, but like, I didn't love her as much as I thought I would love her, and I didn't think I'd love the princess. Guess what? Got a princess, in love with it. Think it's the best thing that ever happened. Adore her. She's beautiful. We're best friends. Like, I'm looking at her right now. I love the pink. I love, what I have realized is that when it comes to Hoyas, if it's the album marginated kind of variegation, it's like very like one note. Like, there's not a lot of interest for it for me. But if you get them in the reverse and they're variegated on the inside, you tend to almost get more of like a watercolor effect, where you'll get a cream, you'll get like splashes of like a lighter green, and then you'll get the darker green around the edge. And I just find that is so much more visually pleasing and interesting to me than, yeah, even because I have a Hoya Macrophylla Album Marginata, and I'm just kind of like, it's cute, but it's not, there's something about the reverse variegation. I'm just like, I'm into it. I love it. It's for me. So yeah, Hoya Carnosa Crimson Princess. So glad I got one. I think I got it from Steve's Leaves on a whim, and I'm so glad I did because I'm obsessed with it. And then finally, for just top most favorite of the month is my Philodendron Narrow Form. gorgeous, growing so big so quickly, like not showing out like a lot of the philodendrons in my life. My philodendron Birkin showing out, my philodendron Brazil showing out, my philodendron Rio showing out, my philodendron Moonlight and my philodendron Prince of Orange, all of them get on my nerves. Like, I love them, but they're just like, it's not even that they're struggling, it's just that they're not thriving. And I'm like, but why? I give you everything you need. Like, but they just don't want to. They just don't want to. They all have had, I think, a much longer transition than I would have expected. However, my philodendron narrow form came to me, tiny little baby, and already has at least 3 huge leaves where I'm like, where did you find the energy and the time to pump that out? I'm not mad, I'm glad you did, but I'm just confused because every other philodendron in here acts brand new. So, except for my Micans, which I've already explained are like chef's kiss. But like, yeah, my philodendron narrow form keeps me grounded when I'm struggling with any of my other philodendrons. So definitely made the list. And then best newbie has to be my variegated stringer pearls. She's just such a little cutie. Like, she's so tiny, so little, with all like little super plump variegated little round leaves. Like, I love her. She's so cute. So that definitely is my best newbie. New pots, I'll insert some pictures here. I got some new pots and I haven't figured out which pots to put them in, but they're super cute. And then I will give my hydrometers an MVP. So like I said in August that my fave was my humidifier, but my humidifier combined with these hydrometers, game changer. Because I just look at this, look at 61%. I'm like, cool, I'm not turning my humidifier on. 61% is fine. If it drops too low below 40, I'm like, okay, I probably will turn it on. So it just helps me sort of level set for how often I need to be running my humidifier. Perfect, wonderful. Other things, because I live in California, wildfires have taken over all of the West Coast all the way up to Canada. I had to definitely get some air purifiers in, so I got one in my room that I was using portable around the house, and then I also got another one recently for the living area, so that now I don't have to move them. And like when the air quality is crap here, I just run them both pretty much almost 24/7, and they're wonderful. I don't know what they're gonna do yet to my electric bill because I haven't gotten it yet, but I might be a little sad when I see that, but at least I have good clean air quality. Yeah, it's been rough with the fires because it's also been so hot here, like probably record-breaking heat. It's been in the 90s to 100s like weeks on end, and then you can't have any of the windows or the doors open because smoke, and the air quality is like just terrible. And so like that, my fans and my air purifiers have been like keeping me alive. I'll just say that. I can't say I've been thriving, but I've been alive, and that's a blessing at this point. So shout out to my air purifier. Favorite drinks of September, so different from August, because as I said in August was like all about like wine and, you know, Prosecco and just sparkly wine beverages, sparkly alcohol, and coffee, which are 2 things that are not super good for you, depending on who you are. For me, caffeine is not that great for me. Alcohol, I mean, alcohol is not good necessarily for anyone, but I don't drink, like I said, that much, so it's fine when I drink. But I think all that wine and coffee from August made me feel like I could just pump the brakes a little bit in September. So September, I went back to an old favorite, old faithful. I love mixing chai with Earl Grey. Chai with Earl Grey is just like the perfect aromatic experience for your nostrils, for your face, for your body, for your mental, like, capacity. No, mental, what do you want to say? Mental rest. So we'll go on mental rest. Like when I drink it, I just feel so calm. And I was also good because, like I said, too much caffeine in August, and I got decaf versions of both so that I could drink it before bed, and it just calms me right the fuck down. Like it's like equivalent to like a good chamomile or lavender, and I get those and I drink those sometimes, and they're wonderful. But like I like sweet and creamy bedtime beverages, you know, like it makes me feel really comforted, like the concept of like warm milk but with tea, you know what I mean? So Love them, drank all of them. Went through like 2 boxes for sure, if not 2.5. I'm looking over there, and the other 2 are definitely gone because I drank them. So yeah, definitely, if you get a good quality Earl Grey, get a good quality chai tea. I'll put a couple that I like here, because the key is you want it to be super aromatic, but you don't want to go over aromatic into like perfume. You know what I mean? Like bergamot can like skew towards just like perfumey, and that's just not it, and it almost tastes like soap. We're not doing that. You want like a bergamot that's just strong and assertive, but also light in its floral capacity. Teaching you, giving you all the tools to live your life. Let's see what else happened. I already talked about those fails. Those plants that were fails are still fails. The ones, my Palea, my Peperomia Guinea, and my Alocasia Dark Star, all still acting out. I'll insert footage of them here. What else? Oh, favorite skincare products of September. I may have already inserted this footage, but I can't remember, so I'll just like hold them up just in case. It's Bathing Culture's Golden Hour Hydrosol. Like I had just run out of all of my hydrosols and I needed to grab another one. I say all the ones that were in use. Like I said, I have a lot of skincare, so I have plenty of hydrosols, but like the ones that I was in use are really enjoying were all gone, and I just was like, I'll try this because I have it, because I have summer skincare, and I actually really love it because it has, and I should have known, it has 2 of my favorite things, neroli and rose. Neroli, lavender, and rose are my favorite essential oils of life. They do magical things for your skin. They do magical things for your mental health, because they're the smell of them is just like very calming. And they just work amazing. So I should have known. And it's called Golden Hour. Like, why was I asleep? Why was I asleep? But it doesn't matter because I figured it out and I loved it. And that combined with Live Botanicals. Hello? Yeah, there we go. Their brightening oil were just amazing. I love Live Botanicals, Live Botanicals, Live Botanicals. I think it's Live Botanicals. Love their brand. I've been a stan for maybe over a year now. And so I got them in one of my natural skincare subscription boxes, and I always am thrilled when I get my faves in the mail like that. And it's been great because I have definitely done a lot of stress picking this year with everything that's going on, and so then I need something to sort of like lighten all of my scarring and hyperpigmentation. And that baby, if you could, I wish, I'm not gonna because I just don't want to, but I would insert a picture of before and after, because I do think you can tell the difference in my skin. But I'm really just not trying to put myself on blast like that. Maybe another video, but not this one. So what else? Did skincare, did drinks, did plants, did plant awards. Am I forgetting anything that was a favorite? Let's see. Moisture meters. Moisture meters were a fave. Do I have any? I have one that I haven't used, so I'll show this one. So this is a moisture meter. I got it online on Etsy. I'll insert the Etsy seller down below. And can you see that? How you use it? You just stick this in your soil, and this little part right here will turn blue when it's wet, and over time, I'm trying to get out of the frame. Over time, as the water goes out, it'll turn light like this white color. Obviously, because this one is in a package, it's definitely not wet, but it's super good because I just reached a point where I have way more plants than I used to, and I can't obsessively just check them with my moisture probe as I'd like. Sometimes it's just, I just feel overwhelmed. It's hard to get to something. It's just a whole production. And so for the plants that are the most finicky, I tend to have this in their soil, and then I can sort of glance and visually get a cue that it's time to like take them down and check, or take them down and water, and that just gives me a little more peace of mind. So I definitely keep it in all my alocasias because alocasias are super finicky. I keep it in a lot of my philodendrons and in my fiddle leaf fig tree because she is definitely finicky, and in my snowbush because she wants to be watered every 2 seconds. Like I look at her and she's like, and where's my water? I'm like, I literally just watered you. And you have your own, she has her own self-watering system, and I still gotta water her constantly. I'm looking at her right now, she's dry. Snowbush, what is your problem? Literally wants to be watered every other day. Anyway, Let me calm down. Plant stresses me out. So yeah, so I really feel like I'm learning how to like create a little ecosystem, I guess I would say, of like products that work together synergistically, right? So I have like my moisture probe, plus my moisture meters, plus my humiditor, plus my hydrometers, and I can sort of get a gauge on like, oh, when the humidity is up, when the heat is up, like these plants are going to need more water. When it's low, they're going to need less. Like I just have all my bases covered, which feels really good because I'm definitely trying to step up my plant mom knowledge. I'm graduating into intermediate plant mom. Advanced and super advanced are very far off, but like I'm learning things like different soil, humidity plus temperature plus lighting plus like learning that how all those things work together. Whereas before, I think as a beginner, my knowledge is very much like, oh, what kind of light and water it needs, and maybe fertilizer. I think for most of my plants for the first couple years, I didn't fertilize anybody. But like that's sort of like you learn. Well, if you want to, you can learn. I mean, because I'm definitely much older than I've been taking care of plants for probably over 20 years, I'd have to imagine, and I was still very basic, like, oh, water when it's dry. I don't know how I kept all the plants alive I did. I think just luck, or as they say, a green thumb, but I think it's really more luck. And then I got to get more finicky plants, and now I'm like, oh, there's so much more that goes into it. Like I literally just repotted my Hoya carnosa compacta because the soil that it came in was like just like really like peat mossy and thick and just like super dense, and it just it couldn't dry out. And if you have Hoyas, you know a lot of them like to be dry, especially a carnosa compacta. And so it was like one of the what is this called? One of the trailing stems. One of the runners was starting to die back, and I realized like at that point I was like, oh, we'll see if it worked. I'll show you the mix I put it in. I'll show you what it looked like after. Feel free to comment below if I did something wrong and you think it's gonna die. Just tell me. And I didn't water it because, again, even when I took the soil out, I think I watered it over 2 weeks ago and the soil was still damp. And so I was like, that's why it's mad. So let me also know if you think that's a bad idea, because I've never repotted something and not watered it, but I just felt like that was what it needed. Like it needed to be repotted in something that'll let it dry out. And my plan is to not water it until it wrinkles. Comment below. Is that a bad idea? Am I gonna be sad? I need to know. Because I already have a Hoya carnosa compacta Mauna Loa. I can never figure out the name for that. But yeah, and it, you know, I got a cutting from someone and it came beautifully, and it's like struggling. And so I can only have one Hindu rope sad at a time. You know what I mean? Like my album marginated one, doing fine, not growing, but like not dying and like looking fine. My carnosa compacta, like the regular one, just kind of currently on the struggle bus. And then my Mauna Loa is like, I'm 1 foot out the door, I'm gonna die on you. So I think that's enough for this video. Let me know where you are in your plant journey. Like comment below, like how many plants do you have? Like do you make your own soil? Did you even know there were different soils? Because I could tell you a couple months ago I had no idea that different plants needed different soil. Had no idea. So let me know what your favorite plant types are, where you are in your plant journey, and yeah, I guess any other kind of comments or questions, like interact with me. I live alone. We're in a pandemic. Communication, community. All right, I'm gonna go now because I'm being weird. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.